Alright you guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how to install an LED kit on this Dodge Challenger. I'll show you guys, I'll put two different videos, one for the headlights, one for the fog lights in case you're just doing one or the other. Also, just to clarify with you guys, this is only for Dodge Challengers. It did not come with a factory HID kit already on the headlights, just to let you guys know. I suggest LED kits over HID kits. Also, whoever installed these HID kits had to make a hole, which they didn't cover up this hole, they just left a big hole. Like that, you risk getting condensation, moisture and stuff inside your headlight. A lot of shops just leave this cap off completely. Even though you gotta run a wire through there, when we do it, we drill a hole just like they did. We just put a piece of Flex Seal tape to cover it, to cover most of it, to try and cut back on any type of condensation or moisture getting into your headlight. So since we don't need that hole anymore, we actually just put a piece of Flex Seal tape now that we're pulling out this HID kit from the headlights, and we're putting this LED kit. We no longer need that hole because this new kit actually clears the LED kit, and the decoder will both clear inside the dust cap without needing to have one or the other sticking outside. We have LED kits also that have a bigger fan in the back. Usually on those we still have to drill a hole, put this decoder on the outside because it won't all tuck into the headlight. So that's the reason why I suggest these. I'll go ahead and close the garage door and shut off the lights so that you guys could see an after video of how the light output on these kits are. And I'll do a step-by-step for you guys so you could see what's involved in changing the headlights, or your fog lights will be another video. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take this off. There's two little clips right here that you kind of pull on and pull this up, and that will come off. We're going to do the same thing on both sides. You also got to pull up on those little clips. Those are pushed in, as you can see right there. Besides that, that's the only other piece that's holding it on. So you got to take that off. To get to this easier, which it looks like that shop or somebody broke this piece already too. So we'll go ahead and just cover that with some Flex Seal tape for the customer, just to help them so they don't get condensation or moisture inside their headlight right there. Besides that, we already put the kit in on this side. The kit's plug and play, so you just twist your OEM bulb out counterclockwise. So your OEM bulb is going to be sitting like this. You twist it out counterclockwise to unlock it, pull it out. And then to unplug it, you have a little clip that's plugged into here. You have a little tab, right? This one has a tab. So you have a little tab that you got to push down when you pull it out. Once the new one goes in, same thing, pay attention where this bigger tab is. You push it in, twist it clockwise to lock it in place. And like I said, these new kits are still cooled with a fan, which is really cool that they could fit a fan in there. And then when you plug in this decoder inside, this matters which way it's plugged in. So can you go ahead and record this? So this does matter which way it is plugged in. So when you put this in, you need to plug in this LED decoder. So if you plug it in, plug this to the stock harness first. This one is engraved which side's power and which side's ground. So ground always goes to the black cable usually. Sometimes some of these manufacturers don't use a black cable for the ground, so just plug it in one way. If it doesn't turn on, flip this connection, or you flip the connection plug to here from one way to another. This is only with LED decoders. Don't do this with a HID capacitor, because on the HID capacitors, if you plug those in reverse, this will pop. So on the decoders, they won't do that. Well, at least all the ones that we sell don't do that. Capacitors will do that, so you don't want to do that with a capacitor. Test your work before you go ahead and put it back on together. Before you put everything back together, make sure your lights turn on before you put your dust cap. Like I said, we don't have to drill a hole. You don't have to drill it on here. This one already had a hole because the shop that did a HID kit on this car had to drill a hole to run the relay through here. So we just put that to help so they don't get condensation. We're going to put this cap back on and twist it. But first, let's test the headlights and make sure they turn on. Right, so we're testing the light before we put the cap back on. So that side is the LED, this side is the HID. All right, you guys, so since we already tested our work, let me actually show you guys that everything fits in there first so you guys can see. And then since we already tested our work, we're going to go ahead and put that cap back on after. So you can see the LED kit is in there, and then also the decoder is inside too. So now you just gotta make sure you put this cap on correctly. It's only gonna lock in one way. So when you put this, you'll start seeing it go in place like that, and then now it's locked in. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna still leave this cap off, but after you guys are done with this side, you can pop that plastic back on right here. On this side, we'll pop off this plastic also. I just gotta move this stuff out of the way. And then I'll show you guys how to reach this side. If we can't reach it from this area by taking this off, then we're gonna have to go ahead and take off the 10 for this, and I'm not sure if that's it. We might have to do this one just to get this out of the way, if that. Same thing, you pop this up. You got those little push fittings. If it's giving you a hard time, kind of just wiggle it around until it comes out, and then wiggle those two on the edge. We're gonna put them right here for now. Don't forget them under there because you don't want to close your hood and have those stuck there. Let me bring the light over here to this side. So like I said, you guys ain't gonna have all this stuff to deal with most likely unless you guys are getting rid of an HID kit like this one is. So you guys are just gonna twist this cap off, which it's good news. By doing this, you don't have to remove the intake. If you don't do this, then you're gonna have to remove your intake to get this out. The lights were just on right now. I never suggest touching the bulb right after you turn on the light, whether it's HID or halogen, because the bulb will be very hot. So to get this bulb out, same thing, twist it counterclockwise, which I'm gonna wait till it cools down. For now, I'm gonna cut these cables off, pull the zip tie off to get this HID out of here. You guys shouldn't have to deal with this. So you guys are just gonna twist that bulb out, same thing like I told you on the other side. Twist it out, unplug that OEM connector. This is gonna look basically like this, but usually you're gonna have a tab that you gotta push down on. On this one, you gotta lift up on these and pull it up out like that. So that's basically what you're gonna be dealing with inside. And then the LED kit's gonna go in exactly the same like I explained for the other side. Alright, also if you guys can't see, this is a HID, but if you guys can't see in here, like to see if you locked in the bulb correctly, a good idea is to put your phone in here. And I could see right now with my phone, or you could just record a quick video to see how it's locked in and then take out your phone and review the video. Alright, you guys saw on the Dodge, actually both cables are black, so basically if you plug in the decoder one way, it doesn't turn on. Unplug it, flip it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and just plug it in this way for now. Also, if it doesn't turn on, you could need to flip this one also. So you flip one. If that doesn't fix the issue of it not turning on, then you flip this next connection. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them on, see if the lights turn on right now. Alright, so the light didn't turn on, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this piece first and flip this around. Still doesn't turn on, so that means the issue is actually on this one. So I'm gonna have to plug this one in reverse. So plug that like that. And then let's see which way is correct. So this is a way for this one to turn on. If it still wouldn't have turned on, I would have had to disconnect this one and flip it this way. So you can see that's not on right there. So go ahead and test out your work like this, or you could do it when it's actually in the headlight. It's just easier to test it out here than to test it when it's tucked in. So now that I test this and I know it turns on, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the socket, twist it to lock it in place. Then go ahead and tuck all this into the headlight and put the dust cap back on and put the plastics back on here. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys, how to install them, whether you're doing this kit or HID or anything. Like I said, if you're doing an HID kit or an LED kit with a bigger fan, you're usually gonna have to drill out the caps, just like whoever did this car before had drilled out the dust cap. And like I said, when you guys put this bulb back in place, it matters which one this tall one lines up with. And once you get that lined up, then you twist it to lock it in place. Okay, so when you put these plastics back, same thing like you did when you took them off. Just line up those two little circles. Push those in. And then you get this in place. And the little clips pop back in. Same thing on this side. Line up those two holes. Push that back in. And just push the little clips so they lock back in place. And that one slides into the other one right there. This video helps you guys out on the best lights that we suggest for this type of vehicle. If you guys liked the video, if it was helpful for you or anything, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, please. And if you guys do, I'll keep putting up videos like this. Alright you guys, so that's the light output on these new kits. That's the view from inside the car, which I think this vehicle has 10. So that's the light output on the Dodge Challenger with the LED kit that we're using on headlights and fog lights. This is a kit we suggest at least for the headlights. For the fog lights, you could use any of the ones we sell because you don't have a dust cap that's going back on.